Okay, greetings, everyone. I want to try something a little different today. I've never done anything like this before. It's well outside my comfort zone, but I figured I'd give it a shot. And that is, I just wanted to share some thoughts with you about a guided meditation that I use. It's one I got from this book by Thich Nhat Hanh called The Blooming of a Lotus. And I want to say right up front, I'm not an expert on meditation, okay? I've tried and I still dabble in it now and then. My mind races and it's hard for me to sit still and do nothing. With a racing mind, I think that actually puts me in a category of persons who probably stand to benefit the most from meditation. So I do still try every once in a while. It's hard for me to sit still and do nothing. It's hard for me to take to mind the adage, don't just do something, sit there. Right? You like that? The inverted phrase. My lovely wife Michelle and I are raising a baby, and for me to set aside 5, 10, 15 minutes a day. Some people meditate for an hour or two a day. That is just beyond my comprehension. And if I wanted 20 minutes or a half hour, an hour to meditate every day, I would basically be asking my lovely wife Michelle to watch the baby for half an hour or 60 minutes so that I could go do nothing. So I have some conflicting emotions about approaching a meditation practice, which I know would do me some good. And in the long run, my wife and daughter would benefit from that too. So, I'm still working on that. And in the meantime, I wanted to tell you about this specific guided meditation. I do it all the time. It's easy. It's easy to remember. Of course, it's free. And because it's helped me, I just wanted to share it with you. So it's in The Blooming of a Lotus, this great book by Thich Nhat Hanh, Vietnamese Zen Buddhist monk and teacher and author that some of you, I'm sure, have heard of. This is exercise 4 in the book. And again, I will say I'm no expert. This is the only book I have on guided meditations, and I haven't even read it cover to cover. So I'm not an expert. I just want to share with you something that works for me. And exercise 4, it's real simple. Your in-breath, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. As simple as that is. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. That first part is so simple that I long ago actually discarded it from my practice, okay? I usually start with the second part. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. And very often I just abbreviate that. Breathe in, flower. Breathe out, fresh. Very simple. And this exercise obviously can be done in a sitting meditation. And as I go on and tell you about more of the different steps in this exercise, I'll reinforce my belief that you can do this anytime. I do it when I'm doing the dishes. It certainly works when you're rocking the baby back to sleep. It's a simple thing and it's easy to remember. This next part, after flower fresh, is breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. So mountain, solid. Works for me. Okay, the next part, breathing in, I see myself as still water. Breathing out, I reflect all that is. Breathing in, still water. Breathing out, reflecting. The last one here, breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. So, space, free. And I'll read a couple of highlighted excerpts for you real quick here from the book, because Thich Nhat Hanh, he points out this exercise can be practiced in the first part of any sitting meditation or for the whole meditation period to nourish and calm the body and the mind, to enable the meditator to let go and attain freedom. The first stage, practice as long as it takes the body and mind to become one. Second stage encourages a sense of freshness. We breathe in to restore the flower in us. The out breath helps us to be aware that we have the capacity to be and are now fresh as a flower. Third stage, mountain solid, helps us to stand firmly when we're upset by turbulent emotions, and so on. So practice in your sitting meditation, practice lying down. Try this practice when you're trying to go to sleep at night. It works for me in almost any setting. I can be at a red light, waiting in traffic, and this meditation helps me because it's so simple. That fourth stage, still water reflecting, this is a big one for me. The image of the still lake water simply makes this practice easier, because when your mind is not calm, your perceptions are usually clouded. What we see, hear, and think does not reflect the truth of things, just as when the surface of a lake is troubled by waves, it cannot clearly reflect the clouds above. I think that's just a beautiful metaphor, a beautiful analogy. And Thich Nhat Hanh has a poem here that says, Buddha is the cool moon, crossing the sky of utter emptiness. The lake of the mind of beings quietens. The moon reflects beautifully in it. So he goes on to say, our sorrows, pains, and anger arise from our wrong perceptions. In order to avoid these wrong perceptions, we need to practice making the mind as still as the surface of a still lake. And this breathing exercise can help us do that. And space free, the fifth stage, it's an exercise that helps you create space for yourself and space in your heart and the space around you. So I'm going to go through this exercise with you one more time, okay? The first part, the breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Use that part if you want, but I generally start like this. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. And I leave out a lot of that. I just go, flower, fresh. And I do this silently in my mind. Obviously, I'm not going to speak these words aloud when I'm meditating. So I'm thinking to myself, mountain, solid. Still water, reflecting. Space, free. Last thing I'll leave you with is this. It helps me to visualize. When I do flower, fresh, I picture a flower that I've actually seen. A dandelion that was brought to me by my baby daughter and handed to me in the backyard. It helps me to have a visual. I feel fresh as a flower. When I get to mountain solid, I remember a time that my dear old friend Chris was living in Colorado, and he took me up into the mountains where we could visibly see a lot of the mountains on the horizon. In particular, Buffalo Mountain and one next to it. They were just beautiful side by side. So I think of mountain solid. I go in my mind to this visual when my old friend took me to the mountains in Colorado. It helps me to have a visual. Still water reflecting, I think about some camping trips I've had on the lakes I've been to in Tennessee. And the moon moving across the sky is clearly reflected in a still lake. Think of, as I do, think of the moon moving across the sky as the Buddha moving through this world, the Buddha and his teachings moving through this world, and your mind is the still lake reflecting the Buddha and his teachings. And space free is just a nice, gives you a feeling of space around you and that you are one with it. So that's it. That's all I've got for you now. Again, it's from The Blooming of a Lotus by Thich Nhat Hanh. I thank you for watching this. I've never done a video like this before. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you'll look for the book and look for Thich Nhat Hanh's other books. The Miracle of Mindfulness is amazing. Another one by him is called Peace is Every Step. But I'm telling you, if you see his name on it, that book is worth your time. It's beautiful stuff. It's helped me a great deal. So I hope that you'll give this exercise some thought. Again, I'm no expert. I can't promise you great results or anything. There's no guarantee that comes with this, but I wanted to share it with you because it has helped me. And you can do it anytime. Try it when you're doing the dishes, or try it when you're frustrated in traffic. Try it when you're rocking your baby back to sleep. Flower, fresh. Mountain, solid. Still water, reflecting. Space, free. And I'll leave you with this. I'd like to add a couple others because I think of the wind in the trees. So sometimes I'll go wind in the trees, or the waves crashing on the shore. They're just analogies, metaphors, that have a peaceful connotation for me personally. So I tag them at the end of this exercise, and I repeat those 4 to 6 exercises until I can physically feel that I have calmed my mind and I've calmed my body. And I try to do this every day. So that's it for now. Maybe we'll do this again sometime. Hope it helps you guys, okay? Talk to you soon. Peace.